welcome back to Techno Poverty. That's Jacob over there.
And that's Henry.
And we're playing through, I believe it is called Auger Zenith. This is a 2021 Caco Award-winning WAD for Doom 2, a game that came out in 1994, if I remember correctly. We've been looking through WADs and mods and all kinds of community projects that have been done using the Doom engine as we endure our summer of Doom. We were stuck in Hell, the hellish world of Doom 1 and 2, of course. Everybody knows those plots. But after completing those games, we were still stuck within Hell, within the Doom engine itself. It's a very malleable and versatile object, and last week, if you check out our show, our friend Serge came on and gave us some guidance into how to actually use the Doom Builder tool to make your own levels and WADs within Doom and share them with friends. And that kind of gave us a better metaphysical understanding of Doom, which we're now applying to Auger Zenith here. Jacob, what is Auger Zenith? What has Auger Zenith been for us?
Man, it's been like a cyberpunk romp with demons and some really interesting maps. Also great soundtrack for the entire thing. But last I remember, we had a really fun, trippy map that was almost like, we were both said it kind of reminded us of Max Payne, the nightmare level from the first one.
Yeah. I was getting some Silent Hill vibes as well with that. The way we started out in like a clean version of a bathroom, and then by the end of it, we were in the same bathroom as far as the geometry goes, but it was very dirty and broken.
Yeah, I loved that transformation. That was like a really cool touch. But like, there's just like a lot of like subtle world building just with like the art direction.
Yeah, and one thing Serge pointed out to us about Doom and Doom's construction is it's not all hell. It doesn't all have to be hell. As you can see with what we're looking at here, it's kind of like a Neo-Tokyo cyberpunk landscape. It got us in the Philip K. Dick mood, and part of what we do here at Techno Poverty when we're in the mood for Dick is we read Philip K. Dick. The story in particular I want to talk about, fitting in with this theme we've been going with about hell in hellish places, is the three stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, in which, in an allegorical sense, you can consider Mars hell there as well, so some interesting overlap there with Doom and the book. But yeah, we're going to talk about the three stigmata of Palmer Eldritch. We've been doing it a bit last session as well. Before that, we were talking about Walter Benjamin's The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction. We're jumping and juggling all these ideas with our considerations of what the Doom fan community has been doing to Doom, and just what you can do with a video game beyond make something with a plot and an end screen. As Jacob and I have been exploring and discovering, Doom isn't just go to Mars, fight demons, kill all the hell people, get out. Like, Doom can be like what we're doing tonight. And I just want to bring up as well, what we're doing tonight is playing a WAD that was absolutely free to play. So the Doom community, this is something we've talked about, is the versatility of Doom, since it can be run on anything, is a place where you can share across a wide variety of technological access games to play with one another. Back in the day, I remember it being kind of a bridge between 56K and broadband kids, and I mean, if you can run Doom on a toaster, you can make a Doom game today and share it with anyone across the world, and as long as they have a toaster, they can play your idea. It's an interesting medium for the transmission of ideas, and it's got us thinking about thinkers who thought about the transmission of ideas, and also just cool pieces of speculative genre fiction that happen to have hell and demons and Mars and sci-fi and religion all mishmashed. Jacob, how familiar are you with Philip K. Dick?
Very loosely. Most of it, mostly through osmosis, like general societal osmosis.
I was going to ask, would you say you're familiar with him through movies?
Yes, more movies, though I have read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Okay, which was Blade Runner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is, a general pop culture understanding of Philip K. Dick is like, oh, he was the 60s sci-fi guy who did like acid, trippy stories. I know Scanner Darkly, the Linklater rotoscoped one. was pretty popular in the mid-aughts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie. That movie's great.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
secret.
there is a sort of political, drug-filled paranoia to Philip K. Dick's work. But one thing I kind of want to talk about tonight is this kind of hyperbolic assumption that it's like acid babble or all an acid trip or hippie weirdness or nonsense. Like, there'll be people who will be very endeared to what Philip K. Dick is doing because it's like novel or weird. And I feel in some ways it's a way for dudes to talk about what is perceived as like maybe a masculine like genre author as they're distancing themselves from like the emotional or spiritual aspects of the work by saying it's like, oh, those are the drug-filled parts, just because it makes you feel weird or make you interrogate your emotions in a way that maybe if you're an uptight person, you've only ever felt that way if you've done like acid or shrooms or been really drunk, you know?
Just so out of realm of your normal day-to-day.
Right. Why is this place on fire?
I don't know, but it's like real chill. Okay, noodles. What I can't okay noodles. Let's see what we got. What we got on the map.
I'm stuck in some sort of garage. Oh, there's demons. There's demons.
Oh god, there's demons.
But the reason
Adventure map.
people are on Mars in the 3 Sigma of Palmer Eldritch, this is a detail I've brought up before, but I don't know how consistent people are from episode to episode, and I just want to, you know, make sure things are legible, is people are shipped to Mars because Earth is overheating from climate change, and there's too many people on Earth, so they have a lottery where they just gamble people off planet. And out on Mars, people are so miserable, they basically just do drugs and play Second Life all day. In the form of Perky Pat, the interactive tabletop doll game. And
Seems
so,
pretty great.
yeah, a lot of what the novel deals with is addiction through these sci-fi devices and the escapism and want for just like the numbing of a pain, the displacement of self because you feel away from yourself because you're living in hell.
Archvile.
Yeah, the Archvile.
Every time.
Invaded my mind while I was trying to talk about the Perky Patch Palmer Eldritch setup.
Yeah, it's real rude.
Ooh.
Oh man. Okay, that's just a wall. Okay, we're good. We're good. Love the flaming barrels. Ooh, elevator.
But D. Hamels Mammal, as you said, you liked the quote in the live notification. It is from the opening of the novel. I will actually read that opening since it's right there at the beginning. I have it marked down. But yeah, so, you know, although Palmer Eldritch himself, the title character, is a very satanic, ever-present in your mind, demonic, supernatural, almost superstitious thing that is kind of weird and kooky sci-fi device, he's a stand-in for whatever an addict would surrender to, just the totem of surrender sort of a thing. And the novel's kind of about how this businessman is trying to profiteer off of that in a way. He's ever present in everybody's lives, and they always need him. And there's also
with that.
Yeah. It's
Or what that's like.
It's fueled by a great insecurity too, because the titular 3 stigmata are his arm, his mouth, and his eyes. Okay. I think we can just jump. Yeah, we can just jump those things.
Yeah.
And they kind of symbolize how he.
George Files over here.
Oh, okay. How he can never truly.
Oh, and the yellow key card.
Damn, we're getting their human shields, but not them.
I know, it's really annoying.
Okay. There we go. One down. Okay. We got them.
Alright, yellow key card.
But the three stigmata are these three mechanical parts of Eldritch's body that it's alluded to that there's some sort of like corporate, espionage, counter fighting, infighting, war stuff. It's corporate spies tried to kill him at some point, basically, multiple times, and so he had his body augmented in these ways, and it's symbolic of his inability to like really see anything for what it is because he has cyber eyes. He can't really feel. So he's constantly yearning to actually touch something because he can't feel things through his arm, and he's always hungry, symbolized through his mouth. It's a religious stigmata thing. It's these three pieces of him start appearing in everybody who does his drug in the story. He kind of attains immortality that way. If everybody's like doing the fungus version of my body as a drug, I can become ever present in everybody and like an infinite object. It kind of harkens back to some concepts we've talked about regarding hauntology while playing fantasy games. Is this like a pool? No, there's pillars and stuff in it. Oh, jeez.
Nice. Look, you guys, have we found a plasma rifle yet anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
I ran away from the critical path after spawning a whole bunch of monsters. I'm just kind of letting them infight. You set the monsters against each other, and then you just run away and hope they kill each other.
Yeah.
Speaking of science fiction about feelings and insecurities and control, this Sunday at 7 p.m. we'll be watching Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville on the Discord. If you're a Kojima guy, if you like Metal Gear Solid, if you like Blade Runner, if you like man on a mission movies, if you like low-budget hard sci-fi that's using realistic contemporary settings in a stripped-down sense to make comment about a cold future rather than like a warm or extravagant future, just a future as banal as the reality as it is now. There's a lot going on in Alphaville in regards to that. It's also about censorship. It's about a robot that quotes George Luis Borges a lot. And it's clearly a big influence on Sweetheart, James Cameron, Sergio Leone. It feels almost like Godard's inspired by Kurosawa. It reminds me a lot of Stray Dog and a few other of the early noir movies Kurosawa did. It's also way more genre movie than anything else Godard did. I don't typically like Godard's movies.
Interesting.
Yeah. Back in the building here. Speaking of noir, I'm very curious to see Eddington, the new Ari Aster movie.
Oh yeah, I'm real excited for that one. Sick.
Seems like a paranoia western, I would call it. A contemporary paranoia western, kind of a No Country for Old Men or a Lone Star type deal. I've also heard it called a Connor O'Malley sketch. In a good way. I think it's about internet paranoia in a way that maybe is evocative of what O'Malley's doing.
Man, I hope so, because I have been really happy with Connor O'Malley's stuff.
Everybody's a fucking slug.
It's fucking slugs.
Oh, hey, the blue key card. Got it.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
It was at the back of, like, this is the room all those monsters spawned in, where I was like, I'm just gonna let them kill each other.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I always forget that they want to...
main area.
Yeah, I always forget that they want to fight each other because I'm just like, oh, demons, no.
I just want to take a moment to appreciate the green tiling and the green just accents all over this room and this hallway right here. Like, look at this variation in ceiling geometry.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. It's like a server room kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah.
Interesting.
But I think another reason Palmer Eldritch was on the mind is when we were reading the Benjamin talks about aura and the loss of aura as a work is reproduced over and over and over and over again until it loses all meaning. And so I think Palmer Eldritch, in a way, as a intergalactic space alien being that's diffusing himself among people through you know, literally being the drug everybody's snorting and doing. At some point he loses himself. Like they're going to defeat Palmer Eldritch. This is kind of the reason there's the opening quote, which I put as the go live notification, is because you know, you diffuse Palmer Eldritch over the entire population of humanity over time, and it's sort of parallel to the idea of Jesus dying for the sins of the whole race. Like, the whole race is diffusing a sin as bad as Palmer Eldritch to the point where he's eventually defeated. He just returns to dust because he's been spread so thin. The opening quote, actually, let me just get it out of the way here, just so we can talk freely. Also, so that Jacob has to maybe manage a bit of hell on his own.
That's fair.
I also like to note that Philip K. Dick has his beautiful, beautiful cat here on the cover of this thing with him.
Oh.
I mean, after all, you have to consider we're only made out of dust. That's admittedly not much to go on, and we shouldn't forget that. But even considering, I mean, it's a sort of bad beginning, but we're not doing too bad. So I personally have faith that even in this lousy situation we're faced with, we can make it. You get me?
Yeah.
Do you get me? We're only made out of dust. Don't you get me? And so there's a very religious, intentional pun there with, you know, dust. Dust being both literally on Mars, there's farms, it's all dirt. But also, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Dust is kind of, oh, hey, the exit. Just right there.
Yeah.
What up, L-Man? You showed up just in time. I was just reading the opening quote from Leo Bolero in Philip K. Dick's The Three Stigma of Palmer Eldritch. I'm actually going to turn the game one down. This track's a little loud compared to the last one.
Yeah, it's a little bumpy, you know?
But yeah, oh man, we were just talking about the Three Sigma of Palmer Eldritch, and I was talking about Eldritch within the novel. His plot is sort of to dissolve himself amongst the human race as a drug and become kind of an ever-present object in everybody's mind. It's fueling a deep insecurity of his, symbolized through his three stigmata: his arm, his eyes, and his jaw slash teeth or mouth. I forget the specifics, but all three of them are mechanical implants, reflective of like his insecurities. He's always hungry. He needs you to always have him in your mind. But even though it's kind of ambiguous or weird the way the novel ends, it ends with Leo Bolero seeing Palmer Eldritch's three stigmata popping up across various persons he's looking at. There's a question of if he's still doing drugs, if he's stuck in a hallucinogenic state, or if Eldritch is disseminating among the people. Due to other clues in the book, it's a very non-linear book. There's drug hallucinations, people are seeing far into the future, people are getting teleported to specific moments in time. There's kind of a, not a Yojimbo, but a Rashomon situation going on in some cases. But I think you can piece together that Eldritch does ultimately get defeated if you need a comic book closure sense on the whole ordeal. Now that I think about it, it's a technique David Foster Wallace tries to do in Infinite Jest that I don't think lands as effectively as Philip K. Dick pulls off here. I am just shotgunning a MegaWAD from afar. But in relation to the Walter Benjamin, who talks about aura in an original piece of art, that if you replicate that art over and over again, it loses its context, its history, its meaning. It becomes, meaningless. That's what I assume is happening with Palmer Eldritch. He loses aura over time through cultural dissemination. I mean, I haven't named the horse of it all. I don't even. It's not a colloquialism at all. What am I trying to pull here? I haven't stated this yet, but Palmer Eldritch is very much easy to read, and it's fine. Go ahead, read him as Elon Musk, because I'm thinking about this loss of aura thing. It's reminding me of the way Elon Musk's popularity and even like goodwill, charisma among dumb right-winger types just like completely dissipated. Like, this man bought a presidential election and he's not even at the White House anymore. He fumbled that. He had the resources and the power to put that kind of money into that kind of a project, and he fumbled it. I mean, if climate disaster and just sociological, oh no, oh, I found a secret. If we're here in 20 years and we're not just like the Earth hasn't had some kind of major ecological crisis, and we haven't somehow nuclear warred each other over, I mean, let's be real, Israel's probably going to do something. I'm trying to say optimistically, if we're alive in 40 years looking back at this moment, it's going to be pretty funny to consider Elon Musk did that and failed that hard at that.
Yeah. Like, oh, buddy.
Okay, I got the red key card. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah. Red door, obviously.
But of course.
Oh, Jacob's here. Jacob's ahead of me because I'm rambling about World War V.
I don't know how we're getting. There we go. There's a door. You're blue. Oh.
Oh, hey. Plasma rifle. Nice. Okay, so that wasn't the red door I was thinking of.
It's over here. Eh.
Over where? Oh. Oh, hey. Nice bathroom tiling.
Yeah. Ooh, chainsaw. Hell yeah.
So, also...
So,
oh.
Nice.
So the campaign we're playing is called Auger Zenith, which I assume means like height of gold, peak of gold, the golden high point. And I'm curious in what that means, or if there's a more story-driven kind of thing going on with that than we first assumed, based on that weird Silent Hill level we played. chainsaw in the stall. That's great.
Well, hell yeah, I got the yellow key card by running and jumping.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. This is the blue door. Where's the blue door? Oh, blue door's over here. Oh, for a moment I thought we were going into a weird Hellish Mirror version again. I was like, it's happening again.
They're doing it to us.
Oh man, I do see it as a confirmation that Trump has a structure made people keeping in position and must then stay a critical part of that structure. Yeah, Musk was overestimating. I think it's in the same way Musk overestimates how much posting is real life. He overestimates how much influence or real weight he had in that situation, or even what he wanted to do. Like, he probably had a very dumb, like, middle school kind of idea of what, like, the powers of the presidency actually were, and yeah, he thought he was more important. And as you point out, there's probably a structure in place. I don't even know if it's Trump structure. It might be like Vance and Thiel's kind of like cradle they're building around Trump to transition out of Trump. But I do wonder what the transition out of Trump looks like for the right, because
yeah,
it was pretty like personality and charisma based. I think the Epstein stuff kind of fucked that for him, though. I don't know. I think they just kind of walked into a minefield there, or kind of just shot themselves into the world. There's a lot of zombies.
It's funny that this is the thing that's doing it, though. Like, I find it so fascinating that finally they're like, wait a second. Like, it's been a decade. It's been a decade of just like so much stuff with just listening to him, and now you're like, hold on a second. Henry, where did you go?
Through the blue door.
Oh, I didn't. Alright.
Yeah, I don't think they understood what they built either. I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know his popularity with, like, oh, what just happened?
Oh no, the server encountered a fatal error and needs to shut down.
Okay. Hey, chat, I'm going to throw up the break screen while we resolve this. We'll be right back. All right, we are resolved, and Jacob, we are back.
Better than ever.
Yeah, as you can see, I gotta recustomize my dude, but we're back. We're back at the level. We kind of know what we're doing this time around. You know what? The bodies died, but we, as spirits beyond the limitations of Doom, somewhere in the metaphysical world beyond the demiurge of the Doom Marine, persist as spirit.
All right.
So we have prior knowledge. This is just like Dark Souls. Dark Souls is, unironically, about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I bring this up because I think if we're going to be talking about Walter Benjamin and Aura and the dissipation of Aura as you copy a thing over and over and over again, and Palmer Eldritch is doing the thing over and over and over again until he dissipates, it's interesting to look at what he's in opposition to in Dick's story. And what he's in opposition to is the drug. His drug is Chu-Z. The other drug is Can-D. And the way Can-D works is people have a collective experience. So it's an interesting inverse where people are coming together in community and forging a shared identity that's a moment in time for them. Independent of Eldritch. I mean, they're still on drugs, it's still a collective suffering, but it is a more person-driven reconciliation of those anxieties and tensions, and not something owned by Palmer Eldritch. It's kind of the generation of Aura by people collectively doing something at a specific place in time to escape a specific tension, a religious drug-fueled ritual. And I think because the story is dealing with, like, in a way, it is looking at people's want and need for, like, spiritual, emotional, meaningful experience and connection. I don't know, a particular type of logic-loving sci-fi nerd might think that's weird, or it's trippy, or it's hippie nonsense. But it's like, I don't know, man, if you're kind of angry and you can't control your anger, that may be the benefit of believing that emotional intelligence and that kind of stuff is actually real and not just nonsense because it's not quantifiable in the same way other things are.
Yeah.
Drifting off as I'm trying to remember the path anymore. Oh man, I am still fine talking about the president and his place in all this, because it's funny to think Donald Trump has a line as far as I'll say whatever I can and make these claims that I'll fight for the people, but here's where I stop. Up until this point, we really haven't seen anything as just poorly handled as his whole, you're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Like,
yeah.
For someone who's usually, like, just Teflon Don, it seems like a particularly interesting gaffe, possibly a turning point in his ability to save face. I think, too, this is one of those issues where he can't volley it directly at the liberals, and so he ends up actually hurting or talking down to his own base, or people perceived as the little guy by his base. I forget what the yellow key opens. Although I think there's this death field over here to the red key we just haven't done.
There's a BFG on this map too.
Yeah, exactly. Usually he does just shift to do whatever pleases his base, or his base will just fall in line with him because they actually don't understand the underlying superstructure, or I can say underlying superstructure. I mean, they understand like the underlying policy or like actual like clever or nimble move, so they just assume everything he's doing is deal making. But it's not like this is a business matter where they can be like, oh yeah, he was bluffing for making a deal, unless you're a real in-the-wool conspiracy theorist type who's like, oh, he's staying quiet now because, you know, they'll kill him, but he's still secretly going to bust him at some point down the line. He's playing the long game. He's doing some Sound of Freedom shit.
I didn't realize how made up that movie truly was. Like, I knew a lot of it was. It's
made
a lot of fake
made up. I know it's like, I mean, I'm sure it embellishes. I know like in the reality of it is like the dude like actually interrupted ongoing investigations actual like professional authorities were undergoing, and like he clogged up their system.
Love that. Yeah,
also,
apparently he made
wasn't there
up a lot
something
of stuff
shady
about it.
that was going on with the actual producer of that movie?
Yes, apparently he was involved in trafficking or things adjacent.
Sound of Freedom, gang, if y'all haven't seen it, features the wonderful one-liner, never trust a pedophile, uttered by our protagonist, who goes on to trust a pedophile, a literal white hat pedophile, who tells him point blank he used to be a pedophile. It's about that guy working with that guy to just go independent vigilante punisher on a bunch of people south of the border. The movie ends by saying every day X amount of people are trafficked into America, X amount of children are trafficked into America. But it never interrogates who in America is buying these children or why. Which is a huge part of what fuels the industry in the first place. It's not concerned with how America is exploiting other countries to traffic children here or anything like that. It's just all those people who aren't Americans are bad. We have to stop the bad people from outside who are hurting America without questioning it all, despite stating right at the end, America itself is funding this whole machine. It is.
We can't question that.
A weird dissonance. A reason I am a champion of right-wing media, at least understanding, interfacing with it, gawking at it. I mean, taking it critically and seriously and sincerely, and kind of trying to understand where it's coming from to see what's dissonant about it.
Yeah, what is it actually trying to say?
Part of getting beyond art is like, as a consumer virtue signal, you know, don't just, it's not about consuming the good art to look good in the eyes of I don't know, an authority or arbiter of what is good. It's about entertaining the perspective and seeing like, what's this trying to do? What's human about this thing? What's not human about this thing? How did this get made? There's so many interesting questions you could apply to art outside of the moral ethical compass of, does this align with my political values? And not every movie has to be rigorously scrutinized in that sense.
I don't know. I feel like they all do, you know? Otherwise, you can't tell what's good or bad. And I need someone else to tell me what is good and bad. So that way I don't look at bad, I only look at good.
Well, what gets you energized? What turns you on? What gets your... Film is a voyeuristic medium. Entertainment... We don't say this part out loud. Or, I mean, Zizek does in, like, in academic spheres, maybe. But, I mean, we're all voyeurs because of how screen-centric we are. And it's, you know, it is fetishistic.
Yeah, man, monkey see, monkey do. Like, we learn things by looking and seeing what other people are doing, and, like, we have eyes for a reason. It's not like an accident, you know?
Where is that red door? That other red door. Oh, we got the blue door now. Oh yeah, the blue door is like a little tucked away. Where are you, Jacob?
Through the blue door.
Okay, you're outside.
Yeah, I think I just opened up all the monsters. Yep, I just opened up all the
Yeah, there's
monsters.
some chaos. Sorry, chat. I've been rambling a bit. I will catch up in a moment. There's a filthy monsters in the last minute.
Yeah. Also, what is it? Arbor Lynn, thanks for joining us.
But the fetish point's also good to bring up because in addition to everybody just doing drugs and playing Second Life in 3 Sigma Palmer Eldritch on Mars, they are fucking each other. Like there's infidelity going on. There's married people having affairs. There's some people are doing the drugs, and while those people are doing the drugs, other people are off to the side just boning. You know, just the nihilism or aimlessness, the ennui of it all. They're bored and they're looking for something to feel. And so, yeah, those frustrations could come out constructively in art and, you know, communication and culture, or destructively with addiction, alienation, goonerism, I guess you could say, although I don't want to get super Protestant about that kind of stuff or make that sound. You get what I'm
Live
saying,
your life.
though. Like
Goon as much as you want.
Yeah, goon as much as you want. I'm talking about like in a greater macro sense as far as like a cultural onanism or inwardness. If you need to crank one out, I don't blame you, man. It's tough out there. Sometimes you get your release where you get your release.
Yep.
Oh my god. These guys are getting their release all over me.
Yeah, it's honestly very annoying.
You know what? I'm gonna run back to it though.
Good. I know. And I just realized I have rockets, so I'm just gonna start shooting with rockets, and that took care of a lot of the problems a lot faster.
What's my plasma rifle ammo at? 0. Is there plasma cells anywhere for easy pickup?
I feel like there were. I can't even remember what it was. Maybe through the yellow door.
I do like the whole bar setup going on here, or this strip club. I assume it's a club, or I don't want to say strip club because there's no pole, but it's exactly what I want. Hi, AR Berlin.
Thanks for joining.
They're still. Did they shoot each other? I think the good amount of infighting got rid of them. Nice.
Yeah, right? I think we're just about done. I think it's the exit over here.
Yeah, go ahead and trigger it.
Woo!
Azure Wasteland.
This music reminds me of Imarangi Generation.
A little, yeah.
Like just that like high pitched tone.
This is a dark hell hallway. Yeah, so are we in an illusion is my question, because they said hell was brought to you by VR, or hell is a shared experience brought to you by VR. And I was like, so for a moment did we break like a VR illusion, or is hell underneath or on top of us is my question. Oh.
You know? Whoa. It's dark in this room.
I think you got, yeah, you come on over here.
What's up? How do I have to do this?
Well, there was a thing, there's some text that scrolled, I missed it, but interesting.
Lots of guns?
Oh, they're arming us, eh?
Oh god, are we getting ready to... how far through this
there
are
are
we?
words. I think there's 22 levels. This is like the Matrix.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Did you catch those words, though? I keep missing them. Oh?
It said something like lots of guns.
Did you come into this next room?
Didn't even realize that was a door. Whoa. Shit's trippy as hell. Oh,
Are these all portals?
Whoa.
This... Okay. 1 minute to kill?
Shut up. Dude. You can break. It has destructive levels.
I have to fight these two cyber demons.
Oh, ooh, good lord.
Yeah, is this an arcade? So I went through the green one over here, yeah.
The purple one is pretty fun. Purple one feels very Matrixy. Damn.
The green one is
So you
like a
break
true
columns.
cyber demon shooting gallery.
Purple one so far is like the Matrix, like gunfight lobby with Trinity. It's gonna feel real cool, you know?
Oh, hell, man. Dang, I'll have to get better at labeling or making that legible so that you know who's playing which screen. But yeah, I'm on the left side of the screen, Jacob's on the right. I'm going to kill these cyber demons.
This soundtrack.
Got him. Okay, cool. I got the red key card from that. Okay, so I guess each of these little gallery games takes us to a key card.
Okay.
So I did the green one. I'm going into purple now. Which, I guess you were here. It's pretty chaotic.
I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep dying. Now I just got
Oh,
plasma
jeez.
rifle, so.
You see all those dudes out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Just land on the plasma.
We both do the purple one, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh. I died right as I
Oh
came
god.
up.
Yeah, they've gone right in the lobby.
Yep. I heard a spider mastermind. Or maybe... Okay.
How do we get out of this room?
When I poured in, I start jumping, and that got me kind of free of the Hell Knights, and then I just ran for the bigger chamber out there.
There we go. I had to kill myself so I could respawn.
Dang. Yeah, it is a cluster fuck in there.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
I'm not gonna chase you immediately, so Did we already get the red key card from that, or is that from somewhere else?
I don't know.
Or is it
Somewhere else, maybe?
Or that was from the... I guess that might be from the one straight ahead, yeah, because I noticed we have the red and yellow. I was like, oh. Or no, I got the red key card. Did you get the yellow?
I think I got the yellow one through the red door.
Okay,
or through the
so
red
we're
portal.
fighting for the blue right now, which makes sense given the color coding of the lights. Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Those Hell Knights have great traps.
They really are.
Delt's looking swole. Great sculpture work. Whoever's doing the programming for them, you know.
Damn, well. It's like D-Day.
Yeah. Do you have a BFG?
I do.
Okay, I do not. You might be able to get some good mileage out of like hitting through that room.
Apparently I don't have any loads for it.
If you wait for the there's backpacks to respawn, you should get enough plasma rounds. Did I kill you?
No, I think they killed me.
Oh, there's an archfile right there. I think he's
Oh,
gonna keep
God.
respawning things if we don't get him out of the way. Did you go through?
Yes, I did. I'm running around. I got the blue key card.
Okay, I killed the Hell Knights in the entrance. Okay.
Good.
Damn it. Well, we have all the keys. I think we can just open over here, but I kind of want to explore that room if we can clear it out.
Same, I'm like, we're so close to clearing it. Plasma.
Killed one of the archviles. I think there's just one archvile left there. And then I think that would be a great help towards just clearing the whole thing. It's down. It's down.
What's that?
The room's clear, like substantially clearer now that the archvile's dead.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, there's ammo and stuff all over here. Okay. Okay, there's the blue key card. Cool couches and lobby stuff. You sniffing for secrets?
Yeah.
Just a lot of rockets. Soul sphere.
Whoa, the map is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, little symbols. I'm gonna go through the yellow door real quick just so I can see what was over there. Oh, okay. Interesting. How do you get out of here? How do I get out of this yellow room?
Green. 1 minute to kill.
Oh yeah, the two cyber demons.
I got you. You already killed them, boys.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go through this other thing here.
Yep, got this guy.
Where you at?
I accidentally teleport. I gotta kill myself in order to jump back.
I don't think I see your doom.
Here.
Yeah, I don't see your doom on your screen. It's like
Oh, is it frozen? I gotcha. Here.
There we go.
Alright, cool.
It is still frozen for me. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna refresh mine. Move around. Yeah, it is frozen. Although,
Oh, mine is again.
Yeah. Can we punch through this glass?
You know, I wonder.
Oh, I see the option screen stuff now. Okay, now it's going. Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Tight.
The vernacular.
Yeah, I want to get this soundtrack. You know?
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to extract. Ooh, I like me a good street level.
Yeah. Makes me feel like I'm in They Live.
Oh, there's an elevator.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's a lot. It looks very Metropolis-like.
Yeah, right?
With the doors. Are the workers demons? Are the demons workers? Whose will are they operating under? Okay. Is there anything over there on this end? Oh yeah. That's cool, the way we kind of drop down into like this sewer section from the cracked floor of like a...
Yeah, right, like a secret base that's through a subway system? Or a highway?
Base, yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
Oh, I like the panicked feel of this track too. Alright, what's the trick? Is there a switch somewhere we're missing out on? Nothing here.
There we go. Tight.
Cataplasma. find the
Nothing.
way. If you're over where I am, the way out is this way.
Is it the way we came in?
You kind of go back towards where those bars were and they got raised. If you circle around, you'll find it. It's not too hard to find. Oh, I got locked out though. I'm in the streets now.
I think I see where. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Omelas.
Right behind you.
Yeah. Look at this guy. Look at this party.
Nice.
Once again, just comparing this kind of cityscape atmosphere to the Doom 2 cityscape, just a long way in production design. Just level design,
Oh, yeah.
just how to direct a level to look like a realistic space. 30 years of just honing that Doom map making craft.
Yeah. I mean, it was worth it. And this is free.
Yeah, that's kind of the value of like having open source projects and just like letting people work on the thing, letting the fans have at it.
Right? It truly produces longevity for everything, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I can sometimes be a crank about the substitution of fan fiction with real fiction in terms of literary fiction and books and writing. But I think that's a little different when it comes to a Doom map, which is craft. Like, writing fan fiction does take craft as well. You have to know the right sentences and stuff, proper grammar, proper story construction if you're making it compelling, or at least if you're making it erotic and interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, this does bring to mind, I don't remember if is Superman 100 or about to be 100. I know there's arguments made in the fandom for why Superman should be a public domain character. I do think it'd be interesting if superheroes did go public domain, seeing what people did with them in the same way. Not in the same way. I'd hope for a better way than like the grimdark Winnie the Pooh type horror movie.
Yeah.
What if Barney the dinosaur but fucked up?
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Okay, where
What
are
it,
we
like?
going?
What about like a bad Dark Knight?
Yeah. What if Batman, but he's like evil? Like,
I don't know. Bad.
I mean, I think the core kind of conceit of Batman is he's kind of a bad character. Bruce Wayne has a degree of like self-loathing and other things that are already inherently bad within Batman. But
No, man, he's perfect in every way.
right, he's Jesus. Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's some kind of switch for these bars down here. I just don't know where.
Right.
Oh, you know what? Right
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
here, I hit something.
Oh god. Yeah, it released a bunch of demons I wasn't expecting. I got you.
Cool.
Hello.
Progress.
The Carousel of Progress.
I think the 3 stigma of Palmer Eldritch, with all its drug-fueled alien paranoia aspects as far as Eldritch literally infecting your body with his alien presence through the ingestion of a drug, kind of like doing shrooms. I wonder what Dick's feelings on that were. The total conversion I have lined up next is perfect to play off of the Eldritch horror of Palmer Eldritch. it's also a fan game of a licensed IP that is also from a science fiction movie that came out around the same time as Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I'm excited for us to get to it to share with everybody here because it's a very impressive use of the Doom engine. I know I talk about this looking removed from Doom, but obviously we still have the super shotgun and such. The next thing we're going to play has completely unique enemies and weapons and like extra tools and stuff. It's gonna look even further away from Doom than this.
I was gonna say, have we gone ahead and put like the different WADs we've played into the Discord anywhere?
You know what? We have not, besides our brainstorming channel production side, but we can just share it with the folks.
I'm just thinking if anybody wants to join in, because the other ones we're going to be doing later, that might be something if people catch it on.
Also, I do want to share, yeah, UAC Ultra was pretty fun. This has been amazing.
Yeah.
The great thing about WADs, too, is we can just kind of throw them directly up on the Discord because they're so small a file size.
Yeah, right? Like...
Okay, what did opening that up do? Okay, now this is opened up down over here.
Where's that?
There was like an entrance to a subway station that was closed off earlier. It is now open.
Okay.
We should make available Luddite Riches, which is the map Surge designed for us with the custom texture flare. And you may wonder, would the Luddites play Doom? I think they would.
Man, I would love to see. I would love to play
in this. Yeah,
with some Amish people, you know, like
well, that's
find
the
them
thing.
on Rumspringa.
The Luddites were completely anti-technology. They were against the use of technology and the displacement of craftspeople from their jobs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they didn't.
It was.
They were against capitalists just getting all the money.
Right. It was against the implementation of technology to shaft people out of earnest day's pay.
It's almost like bosses have always sucked.
Yeah. I think something lost when reactionaries talk about the European heritage aspects of America is a lot of the Germans in the mid-century 1800s that came over here were escaping like bullshit industrial practices because, you know, it's the meme of, you know, being entry-level job, 5 years experience required. They were experiencing that over in Germany with just the market was tapping out, and to cut it off they needed to cheapen labor. This is also at the time, you know, Marx is developing his theory of labor, and socialism is starting to become a talked about object. But so a lot of those Germans had a sense of labor solidarity and class consciousness as they were coming over here to America in the 1800s. And if you're aware that the rich people are exploiting you for profit and will whittle your wages down to the smallest amount possible, and you come over to America after experiencing all that, and you see that in America they're literally enslaving people and not paying them at all, you start feeling pro union in terms of what's happening with the Civil War and the fight for slavery in America.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems like some of the Germanic populations that came to America in the 1800s that some of your Tucker Carlsons and your Glenn Becks might romanticize as like a pastoral American white thing. They were pretty woke, one might say. They were perhaps down with fair pay for fair labor and against slavery in some ways.
That sounds awful.
Klessenkempf, let's go! AR Berlin, how you doing tonight? I know we've been focused a bit rambly, a bit level-driven. Hoping it's a fine Thursday wherever you may be. Hopefully Palmer Eldritch is not haunting your dreams. I, for one, am not going to let them put Elon Musk's cyber chips in my brain.
Yeah, oh, most definitely not.
Those monkeys died.
Yeah, dude.
Palmer Eldritch is ever yearning. Another fun thing about Palmer Eldritch is they do directly question if he became possessed by God or Satan or something beyond like a god or incomprehensible being. And so Eldritch's drug lets you kind of re-experience moments in time and live things over and over again. And there's kind of a haunting bit where he is introducing a character to how the drug works. He's like, we can do it over and over again. Infinite possibility of rumination, and I think there is something satanic to that in a John Miltonian Paradise Lost sense. So in the long arc of things, we are swinging towards Paradise Lost, gang. At the start of the Summer of Doom, I said we would talk about Paradise Lost. I know sometimes when we start these LPs, I overpromise on books, and the shape of the game perhaps interferes with the conversation or shifts the conversation away from certain books. Honestly, I feel like I did Bell Hooks dirty. I have Outlaw Culture. I wanted to read it with JSRF, but JSRF was shorter than I anticipated. I spent a lot of Umarangi Generation talking about Naked Lunch instead. But we'll get around to it. We'll find some way to talk about Bell Hooks here because Bell Hooks is worth talking about. Where would you want to move, AR Berlin, right now? I may be a bit of an American fatalist, but I don't know if I could escape what immiserates me in terms of... Honestly, no,
a geographical location.
That's
change.
not true. There's even other states I think moving to would probably just make things better. I'd like to move somewhere where women have more rights. Fellas, that does affect the dating scene, let me tell you.
Truly.
On the flip side, reactionaries who complain about not being able to pick up women because of the apps, I'll just say I've met some pretty covertly reactionary types through the apps.
Yeah, they're listen, man, there are women who wanted the Night Stalker and horrible people. Like there's somebody for everybody. You just really gotta look out there.
Yeah, you really just gotta, take a few steps outside, say hello, and
yeah. Turns out girls aren't just at your house.
A cyber demon.
This trek all the way back to that point in the map is so frustrating. Yeah. New Zealand would be fun.
How receptive is New Zealand? I know they have like the Lord of the my stereotypical go-to with New Zealand I think is like Lord of the Rings tourism and stuff. Do they get a lot of like people trying to like expat from other places there, or are they receptive to bringing people in? I know
they do the usual like tradesman kind of thing.
I'm always a little.
They definitely dig push.
I'm always just a little curious about like expats from different places. I find this interesting phenomenon of like American expat bloggers troublesome, worrying, a bit too close to some familiar patterns from our own dimension, Jacob.
Yeah.
We won't say too much because I think Barney is listening, but
yeah, she's kind of quietly sitting next to me, but
it's a bit
who knows if she's actually asleep. Yeah, I know there's like a point looking at like Mexico City, and then that's been more recently where there's just a lot of Americans going and gentrifying that as they have in other places.
Yep.
It's like, well, that's great.
I get. Oh shit! You can. I'm just cyber demon. I was gonna talk about like I get wanting to flee places, but I'm also very much like I don't know. I think because I grew up on the border of Juarez and just Mexico, I'm a bit more. I don't want to say a bit more aware, but I'm sensitive to like cultural like tourism and like that sort of like American soft imperialism.
Yeah.
They have Flight of the Conchords and Hobbits.
I mean, that's pretty cool. They had Xena Warrior Princess.
Also, it's a paradise. I'd love to meet some Maori. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. I had a buddy from college who lived in Switzerland, and every time he talked about it, it sounded absolutely wonderful.
We have a blue key card.
We got that? Excellent.
Where's, like, is there an exit for this parking garage? Activated something, I think. Oh, shit. Where
Whoa!
is it? Oh, it's behind us. Behind you.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Now it ain't.
Cool.
All right, so that's an elevator there. That's
Here.
pretty
Let me hit the switch, and you can go in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oof. Gosh. Yeah. There's a lot of cool places. I do want to. There's. As an American, surprisingly, I do want to travel, but I think that's something a lot of Americans could really benefit from is just going to different places.
Yeah. I think we have, well, that's the thing too, is like for a few decades there, we're definitely on the receding end of empire now. I don't know, I don't want to make any predictions about the continuation or consistency of this, but I
Absolutely.
mean, it was the combination of like you were able to have an expendable income in America, and travel technology was affordable enough for like, yeah, you can get a pretty healthy amount of travel out of things.
Yep.
Now that we're
And
deregulating
just the benefit of
everything, I'm
seeing
like, when
other
do planes just start dropping out of the sky, but
I mean, they've already been doing that for a minute, but with more consistency. Oh no!
I kind of got ahead here, but
That's fine. There's an arch vial in the bathroom. I didn't like it.
it happens.
Although these bathrooms are as clean as a Buc-ee's, which is impressive. Bussies.
Oh, cheese.
Buc-ee's.
Guy who pronounces it bussies. Yeah, we're all down to bussies. It's real clean, you know?
Love getting buses.
Eat there all the time. Oh, cheesies.
Buc-ee's. It's a little Italian shop.
Literally broadens your horizon, yeah. Even
Dude, it
like,
really
even
does.
travel like road tripping from town to town and stuff, just getting a sense of you know, I think you get in this sort of gamer brain mindset as far as like these are the boundaries of the world map. I won't go beyond X, Y, and Z. This is the space I will define my life by. Sometimes you need to flex that. You need to readdress what that is and go outside of that.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I kind of, as an adult, went on a road trip to like Austin, outside of, you know, like I wasn't like visiting like an aunt or driving with my parents. I was going to Austin to see some South by Southwest stuff. And just like the sense of autonomy from that, and also the sense of like, oh yeah, this is what 1,000 miles feels like. This is how long XYZ. That's the fun thing about travel to me, is like the haptic sense of knowing like I can get this far in this amount of time, see this thing.
Yeah. Also, it's like things are exactly the same but completely different.
Right. The specifics and the universals are just human behavior and human cultures.
Yeah. I'm also just fascinated how small towns survive.
This is why we all need a 4-hour work week.
Literally.
I want everybody to be able to have a little expendable income, a little free time to explore the world, and a little free time to draw their own interactions with art and community.
Cool. Take that arch file. No me toques.
Yeah, you killing?
You
killing the demons, good boy.
Yeah, finally. Oh shoot.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, there was a. All right, what do you?
I didn't look too deeply into this, Jacob, but do you know why people were mad at Elmo on the internets?
Oh yeah, someone hacked Elmo's account and said a lot of anti-Semitic and horrible things, as people do when they hack a.
Like anti-Semitic, or like anti-Zionist.
Yeah.
That people were freaking out about. Oh no, like actual hate speech.
Yeah.
Okay.
True hate speech. And...
I was just like, why are people like acting like Elmo's like a real person?
That's the other thing too, and like also like, can you not tell that clearly someone's thing was hacked? Like, what are you doing yelling at them as though they said these horrible things when like clearly it wasn't them?
Yeah, I saw
at the wheel.
I saw someone quote tweeting Elmo, and they were like, "Resign. You should feel ashamed." Yada yada. Like, resign from what? Like, Elmo doesn't hold office.
Right.
Or, like...
Yeah, dude. If anything, you guys are already like defunding public,
right?
Like,
yeah.
Television, like, you know, like, what are you talking about? You resigned it for him. Dude, this map is really cool. The mixture of like some indoor-outdoor spaces.
Is it like artificial indoors at spots? Okay, so the red door is the exit. I'm gonna sip some water real quick. Y'all stay hydrated. As I sip my water, I'm just gonna gawk at Jacob doing things as I stand by and just watch the demons fight him.
Just admiring my mustache, I appreciate it. I worked real hard on it. Yeah. Still getting it ready. That's right, Arberlin. Elmo should resign from life. He should Jeffrey Epstein himself with all that he's done.
Replace himself with a body double?
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Okay, this is the funniest. One of the funnier parts of it is this is an infinite distraction glitch, like trick for any political discourse from here on out, but particularly on the right. Like the Dims. So the Dims can elect to just straight up be all like, okay, purity test time, anyone with Epstein associations, we're just done with. Like, and so the Dims can do that. I mean, they'd have to get rid of the Clintons and such. There's a reasons they won't do that. But for the right wing, they can't, even if they wanted to, they couldn't do that. So now every reactionary blogger and podcaster and media personality, whoever raised any questions about the Epstein thing, they can just infinitely go back to like, okay, but why haven't we done the thing you explicitly promised and said you were going to do? Like, you drag it into the spotlight. Why? No, we're dragging that back into the spotlight. Like it's, and I say infinite distraction, and I don't mean that in like a comedic haha nonsense. I mean now we're literally gonna get no other, like conspiracy kooks don't have to worry about tracking any other policy. They can just blunt force hammer Jeffrey Epstein and child abuse as the thing to repivot the lightning rod to. Unless, again, like I said, the Dims just straight up are able to take the stance of like, no Epstein associates, everybody out. Because then you can purity test both parties, and one of them would fail, and the other one would clearly pass.
Yeah, it's so funny too that because like politicians don't come through on most things, you know,
right?
Like This is not the first time a politician has been like, I'm going to do this thing, and then they're just like, never mind, I'm not going to do it.
I think they misunderestimate, too, how much this, like, because child sexual abuse is a very real, visceral, terrible, like, emotionally
horrible
charged
reality
image. Like, yeah, even, because, like, you can, in the most stoic or removed sense, like, be like, okay, I'm trying to be a refrained, journalistic, or observant type of this. I'm not going to let it get to me emotionally. But, I mean, for every one of those, there are, like, 10 other dudes on the internet who it becomes their personal, like... People, like, shot up comment... Like, people took guns to comment ping pong over this. Like, it is an emotionally charged button. More so than anything about, like, the deficit, even jobs... reports and stuff like that is like still somewhat abstracted, but people viscerally get that like kids are being harmed, and it speaks to a more visceral emotional impulse and immediacy than anything else. So it's not the same kind of, hey, forget about this, that the terrorists are. Like, people want to pretend to know terrorists, but they understand like child abuse and trafficking. They're not going to let it go in the same way.
But it's wild that they're only because like these things have happened for decades. Like, this is not the first time
right. You had like the Franklins cover up in Scout 137, 147. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
So many things. So it's like I mean, I'm happy is more of like I'm saying it as though like I'm upset about this like being the thing, but I'm like it's fascinating.
Well, what you're
honestly.
talking about, Jacob, is I don't want to call it an urban myth in the sense that it's fake, but like if you aren't rich in America, you do have it is a palpable mythology that the rich are doing something to get one over on all of us, and it can be as horrible based on what we don't see as children being trafficked and abused in that manner. And it's a very real folk mythology, and I don't think Trump and like the upper class above a certain income line Republicans realized this wasn't just like a pop culture meme they were handling with, but like a decades-long like legend,
a sentiment
in the American psyche. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I completely agree with you on that. It's like this is like what once was a tool for just like getting elected is now like, oh shit, now we actually have to like do something.
They're like,
oh,
we actually we tapped into an actual religion with that one. Yeah.
Which like is great. Again,
this isn't owning woke Disney by saying slurs. This is like, oh no, something sacred to people.
Yeah. Fascinating world.
I think along those lines, blinded by class position, being too rich to understand the actual emotional, spiritual function of the Epstein narrative. I think if a Republican ran on lowering fast food prices, they'd do gangbusters. If somebody just came out and was like, you know what, under me, Big Macs will be $1 again, like, we would get state-funded, like, socialism through fast food price fixing so fast.
Yep.
I will make every restaurant illegally required to have a 99-cent value menu that stays fixed at 99 cents. Like, Arizona Tea's done it, Costco's done it with the hot dogs. We can do it as a country. Like, people would go for that.
I certainly would. You've got my vote.
Do that, and also, I don't know, honestly, something about phone calls. Just every actual call you get is just a robot trying to scam you now. I'm surprised that issue has not been touched upon, but it's probably because all the people who are profiting off of the machines running all those scams are directly paying either lobbyists or congresspeople.
Yep.
Welcome to the tinfoil hat zone. We're playing Auger Zenith. We're talking about how H.W. Bush did in JFK.
the best. The
moon
true goat.
landing, fake, but not the way you think. Hey, this is a Duke Nukem Switch. Interesting.
This map is wild.
I'm not sure. It's expansive. I'm like, what is... Oh, crap. I'm in this bathroom, and this Revenant's just... Oh, shit. Who let you guys in?
I keep
I'm trying to
forgetting.
shower.
Andrew, there's still almost, like, 200 enemies on this map still. It's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, I just went into this bathroom, and, like, the balcony opened up.
Oh.
Oh, am I in, like, an apartment complex? I'm dead now, but...
My body.
My body, my soul, my spirit, my whole. If you want to pay the troll chill to enter this boy's hole.
Oh, hell yeah. Rushing 2 monsters, nice.
Also, I think we may just be beyond the point of ever learning the actual truth of the Epstein stuff if they, like, in a rush tried to destroy it by this point. And, like, again, the infinite distraction glitch. I think there's a very clear, solid line of just saying, well, no, we don't fuck with anyone who associates with them, let's move on. But you can so easily, if you're a little bad faith podcast boy, just be like, but what about? But what about?
What about this? What about that? Yeah, it's unfortunately can do that forever. Gotta love it when the information, the intelligence community just gives you such a horrible, horrible human being like Jeffrey Epstein that makes everything impossible, that muddies the waters so much you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, I've been seeing, I wasn't even aware of the Mossad tie stuff, but I've seen more and more conversation in that direction. I'm like, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just, that was the big thing with Ghislaine Maxwell because her father was Mossad.
I think for a while I was just generally skeptical. I was like, yeah, there's probably some generally bad stuff going on. Definitely weird with all the kid stuff.
Yeah.
I want to avoid, like, I accepted it as like, probably true. It seemed substantiated enough, but I also didn't want to, like, navel gaze into conspiracy hole of looking too much into it all the time. So
yeah,
it's
for sure, because, like, powerful people are always around each other, too.
Yeah, so it's interesting because the Mossad stuff I hadn't heard much before, so it seems like a secondary kind of scaffolding beyond the sex crimes. Because it does still raise the question, even if you were to believe none of the sex crime victim stuff, why did he have all that money and connections?
Oh yeah, man, they're still talking, like, there's still money going through his accounts. Like, $1 billion has moved through his account since his death. Like, there's all the money. And again, like, so another point that was really made out that people keep forgetting is, like, the footage that is quote-unquote outside of Jeffrey Epstein's cell is not,
It's
in
like a
fact,
different
outside
door,
of his
right?
cell.
Yeah.
Completely different door, completely different landing. Just, like, it's a whole thing. There's so many levels. Honestly, the Franklin cover-up stuff really opened me up to just, like, man, there's a lot of, like, weird things.
So much of this gets to the heart of my conceit or question to conspiracy theorists too, where it's like, so what if you get all this evidence in front of a judge and the judge says yes? Like, what does that do as far as, like, the public's reaction and perception? There's still, like, a magical sort of assumption things will get fixed. It's like, well, what if the legal system is a macro structure, is, you know, inoperable thing?
Yeah, it's almost like
What if
it's
the,
almost
what
like
if the
the
president
court
just says,
jails
no,
us.
we're not doing that anymore? Why, yes, I see
mean-
your point. I hear you. You are heard. You're felt. I'm doing the whole empathy production thing. I feel your
Yep.
pain, but we're going to stop. Like, that's what power can do. I mean, the movie JFK always made me question this, because that movie is just like, what if we get in front of a court and we present the JFK theory, and a judge says, yes, you are correct, and then Americans know the truth. It's like, well, how does that fix the current moment?
Yeah, what do you do with that? It's like we want the truth with all this stuff because we want people to stop hurting kids.
Because, like, I do
It's
think
all- it's
there
all
might be
everybody wants.
utility in conspiracy theory. It's just you have to really scrutinize, like, like, is this for my self-satisfaction of, like, needing narrative, or does this unveil something useful or larger, truthfully about the world?
Yeah. Well, it's like the whole thing with any information is like you can learn anything in the world, but like unless you're doing something with that information, like it really is just kind of pointless.
Right, because, like, I mean, on the side of, like, proven true things, there's stuff like the Gulf of Tonkin, MK Ultra, that shows us what these structures and organizations are doing. So I do think it's, you know, of course, worth seeing and declassifying and understanding those kind of things, which is why it's still worth examining conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I do think if you're an H.W. Bush kind of tinfoil guy, it does kind of reposition his context as president and also his time at the CIA in ways that make you reconsider American history at large. So, you know, there's utility in that.
And that's the whole thing is like it's this weird like chicken and egg game. Like there are so many layers to the thing. And even just like if 1% of it is true, it's horrible and very large.
I found a secret event.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
in
don't
an
know if
event
it's
too
a
right
secret
now.
event, but it led me to, I think I bypassed a red door.
Oh yeah, here I'm right behind you actually.
Yeah, that's a cool little event we've had. I love secret comments.
I do too, man.
Serge was talking about, like, you know, making this feeling like a diorama. Not this, but like making the levels feel like dioramas. And that's where I'm like, oh yeah, I love little secret tunnels and little alternate entrances and exits, and like really gets you into like appreciating like your little craft flourishes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The impulse of every dude to want to do a project.
Realize you want to make a little thing. We'll make a little area. Fuck. Found the blue key and then I got killed.
Yeah, oh man, I agree with you about people wanting to be swept off their feet by compelling, stirring, irresistible truth. There's kind of like a need for narrative that outweighs an interest in truth, and that's why, like, that's why, you know, shows are so powerful. That's why everybody wants to talk about their feelings on TV shows and what they're watching and their movies. And I mean, there is validity to that in using art as a reflective and introspective mediator.
Yeah, it's stories are a great way for us to grasp onto things, to like hold on to information.
Yeah.
If it's like emotionally compelling, you're going to remember it far better than if it's just like straight fact boring.
We pack things with fun little mimetic memories, not...
Yeah, you know?
We
Like
generalize,
jokes.
We forget. Going back to some Borges we read at the start of all this, there was Timon Tamaris, the guy who didn't remember. He remembered everything, or he just thought of everything literally and took it all in, and he didn't remember, because to remember is to forget, because in generalizing, you're stripping away data to make it like more compact and memorable. Fun little dynamic going on there.
Yeah.
I'm completely lost as how do I get back up in that secret vent.
This map is huge and very confusing, but in a great way.
Oh yeah, I'm in a completely different area now. You got the blue key card though? Because I was on the path to get it. I died right before I got it, but I see we...
I also... Oh, did we? I thought I died before we got it. Excellent.
Oh man, dead janitor. That's not cool. So we got the blue and the yellow key. This must be the correct way forward. Another vent.
Yeah.
Got him.
Nice.
There's just these ladies. Yeah, we're in some kind of like residency.
Yeah, right. Like they're like condo units or something.
Okay, I was in here earlier.
Ooh, chainsaw. That's why you can turn the showers on and off.
Yeah, yeah, I like those little environmental details in the condos. That's where we came.
Right? This is so cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's you.
And
Is
just
there
murdered
a
most everything in
key
here.
around here we missed or anything?
So. Hell yeah. Alright.
Did you find something?
I accidentally found a door. Hey, there we go. Okay, I opened up a door somewhere. Oh, okay. God.
Yeah, where's the red key?
A secret, you say?
There's like a secret vent behind a broken elevator shaft. But yeah, where's the exit, Jacob?
I just found it back over here.
Or well, I saw the exit. I guess more words. The door, the yellow door, or another yellow door, or the red key. Okay, I see the red key.
Oh, you got the red key.
No, I see it. I don't got it. I need to figure out how to get out of this. That's what I'm thinking. Oh. Found my way to the red key. You just walk to it. You didn't even need the other keys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a bit of a platforming puzzle, but that's about it. You ready to exit, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. It's around here, right? And there's our little hoverboat. Map 17, Luminescent Synapse.
Dude, hell yeah, nice.
Yeah, it is 9:25. Let's take a break. I need to stretch and refill my water, but I think we're making pretty good progress here. Chat, it is 9:25. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be back at 9:35. Until then, you know, stretch yourself, be kind to your skeleton, refill, get some snacks, smoke if you got them. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, and welcome back to Techno Poverty. I'm Henry.
And I'm Jacob.
And we're in the middle of Auger Zenith, the 2021 Caco Award winning Doom 2 WAD. We're on a beach?
Is that where? Oh, yeah.
Something
Cyberpunk
tropical.
Beach.
The total opposite of Mars. As we've been playing Auger Zenith, we've been talking about the Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch by Philip K. Dick. We've been kind of bouncing between it and Walter Benjamin's The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction. I'm sneaking some Paradise Lost in. We're heading towards that particular book, poem to be more specific. We're also still working in some George Luis Borges, and a reminder to anyone who has access to the Techno Poverty Discord, which you can find out how to do that on Ko-fi or Patreon, or if you're subscribed here on Twitch and your Twitch account is linked to Discord, I believe you have access to the Discord that way as well. I haven't had anyone on board through that particular method yet. But
I believe it's an option.
I believe it's an option. I set it up earlier today. Chat, we also have emotes to throw into the chat if y'all want to have fun with that. But I brought up the Discord because we're going to be watching Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville this Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Alphaville is a science fiction masterpiece from the 1960s. I will not say more for now, but it ties into Philip K. Dick and Cyberpunk, Doom, Hell, George Luis Borges, all these things we've been interrelating to one another. Hell even goes as far back as we were talking about around Miss Bosch during the Umaranga Generation run, which is going up on YouTube now if you missed it while we were playing on Twitch.
We also get to see how we got into Hell.
Yeah. If you're wondering how we ended up in Hell, check out the end of the Umarangi Generation run, because there's lore, let me tell you. There is lore.
Oh.
As always,
we have deep lore.
Yeah, as always, Techno Poverty is a work of parody. That's not to say we're being totally farcical, insincere, and straight up lying to you, but we are creatures from a parallel universe, somewhat extremely similar to your own.
Yeah.
In our universe, Epstein was found guilty of all his crimes after Mecha Harvey Weinstein outed him
Yep.
Things went slightly different in our world, is what I'll say. But
Yep. You had to fight pedos with pedos.
in the grand scheme of things, despite the truth coming out in a court of law, power just kind of kept on pretending. Things came out similar to where they're headed here, seemingly. Jacob and I were talking about American expats on YouTube earlier. A worrisome trend as far as the cultural tourism of it all is concerned. Interesting new forms of imperialism are happening daily, is how we'll put it. Holy shit, it's Ryan Gosling from the hit movie Blade Runner 2049.
Whoa, I saw that hit movie. He's just like me for real.
I haven't found any keys yet.
I also haven't. This map is huge.
Oh. Zombies. Fellow zombies to murder. Alright. Paradise Lost I find interesting coming after the Benjamin in terms of the concept of aura. Benjamin, of course, talking about aura as the meaning and kind of spirit of a work of art, dependent on its context in history, time, space, and how over time, when you just mechanically reproduce a work of art, it loses its aura. Paradise Lost, of course, being a poem which popularized Lucifer as an anti-hero in some readings. I don't think I necessarily agree completely with him being heroic. I think it's kind of a comedic play, and we're to laugh at him, not with him. But this gets to this question of aura with a character like Satan, and even a concept like Paradise Lost. Getting copied, reread, reinterpreted, reworked over time so many times, it really begs the question, like, what is the satanic? What can we fundamentally agree on defines, like, Satan or the satanistic? Because it's pretty broad, and I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I think it's neat that there's a matrices of ideas that fall under satanic or satanist. Somebody's gonna clip that and it's gonna be all like, techno-poverty thinks Satanism is cool, and you know what? We do.
I mean, technically the Church of Satan are very good.
They definitely have done some material work in terms of challenging like biblical laws and outlining through contrast in the legal system, like the standards for religious practice in America. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big dumb world, big dumb things.
Oh man, funnily enough, I have Altered Carbon. It's one of those books I was going to read when I was trying to go whole hog on like digital reading, and so sadly it's buried on in my Kindle library somewhere. But I always meant to read Altered Carbon. How'd you feel about it? Because I know Netflix made an adaptation of it a while back as well. And if you want to spoil it, go ahead. I feel like at this point, I deserved for that to happen, and also, perhaps in learning spoilers about it, it might click in sync with some of the stuff we're doing here, and I might bounce it off of some Philip K. Dick. Oh, hey, Jacob.
What's up?
Have you found any keys?
No, I haven't found shit.
I do like this like sandy beach zone party place we're at.
I feel like I'm in Florida.
Yeah, I was about to say very Miami kinda.
Yeah. The sound effects of popping those brains is great.
You just watched the Netflix show, it started strong, then drifted away from the sci-fi detective stuff that drew me to it. Yeah, I'm betting that's a lot of like Netflix production side stuff, like Serial Decay, less than Source. So I need to actually pull that EPUB out and just take a crack at it. I find it very difficult to read digital books. I've kind of done it, like, I'll have nonfiction. Also, I don't have, like, an actual Kindle or like, a digital book reader. I just read them off my phone as PDFs or EPUBs or...
Oh, yeah, no tablet sort of situation.
Yeah, I don't really have a tablet. I don't find it comfortable for... I don't know, something about the haptic feel of a book I really like. Oh, I see the blue key card. But also,
yeah,
like, I can't track in the same way. I don't like looking at the screen in that way. I say that as I'm looking at the screen in that way, streaming, but
Right.
it's a different feeling to me when reading. Okay, so I need the yellow key for the blue key. Where's the yellow key?
Yeah. Yellow key is over here on Aspire, but I'm not sure how to fucking get it.
One of the books I'm a little worried we might not get to, or I might pull an outlaw culture on, is Neuromancer by Gibson. I do believe it's still relevant to what we're doing with all these WADs and the way we're restructuring our perception of the world through the metaphysics of Doom.
Yeah.
Remember early on when we were still playing actual, I say actual Doom as if it's the real Doom, but that gets right to it. Remember when we first started playing Doom and I did a bit of rundown on ontology and some Alexius Meinog's theory of objects with the existent, subsistent, and absistent objects. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, right.
Is there a switch around here? But even beyond, even earlier than Doom, let's go all the way back to Maximo for a minute, because we were talking when playing Maximo a lot about like this idea of conditioned states, of the narratives you get yourself believing. We were talking a lot about fantasy archetype and the masculine fantasy of swords and sorcery. In Doom, you're also still being sold masculine archetype, but you see how with WADs like the Wine Museum, you can just completely reorient the objectives of the masculine fantasy into something else, and it gets you questioning the structure of the fantasy as a whole. I think I found a switch. It ported in some demons, that's for sure.
Alright, you're gonna get back to where you were at.
Part of the reason we watched I Saw the TV Glow at the start of all this is because it's very much about recognizing the artifice of the structure you're operating in and how to better navigate that in good faith. And I think Doom as a piece of flexible, shareable, interactive software can help people understand what video games are. It can be beyond just a story thing. It can be projects where people and hobbyists make challenges for each other to compete. Something I haven't talked too much about on this channel yet is games done quick. I think if you take a look at the speedrunning community and the way they collectively solve the problems of beating video games fast, and when I say beating video games fast, they don't just play through the intended route with efficiency. They find places in the programming to abuse glitches and just errors or potential seams that weren't stitched up by the developers. They break the games down. They break down the kind of the physics of the games. That kind of speedrunning, community-based problem solving, beyond just beating the game, but actually like how the game works on a programmatic level and like what you can do with the code of the game to glitch things out and break it, compress it, fold it, play it in a unique way. That kind of collective communistic approach to video games, I don't know, something about that's very hopeful for me and telling me that I don't think Skynet could really ever happen. I don't think AI could be as smart as in the movies, and I think, if we're building that kind of AI, we're always going to have the tools in some way present to see how it was built and break it down and metagame it. I mean, look at what the Mecha Hitler stuff Grok's been doing. People have been going into the actual source and saying wait, has Elon himself been editing it with these stupid qualifiers as far as what to do? And I think that's one of the utilities in gaming. If you're not just indulging video games as solipsistic, I'm ingesting the narrative, or I'm being the best murder hobo in this multiplayer arena aspects of it. If you're exploring the craft side, it gets you, tech literate, computer literate. In the case of speedrunning or the Doom community, it gets you talking with other people on the internet and doing community projects. And even if you're not, in meat space community building, you're exercising those communication tools and, making yourself a little less lonely.
Oh, whoops.
Jacob, you look into VR stuff more than I do, and I'm always surprised, and it's kind of neat to see just there is an actual modding subculture out there for it.
Right, it's honestly
because it's a lot of people trying to get around the meta protocol shit in it, huh?
yeah. I love and hate VR. It's such a fun thing, but also it's such a niche.
My hot take is that VR would be cool if it wasn't for capitalism.
I completely agree with that.
I think it has a lot of good public education and mass education tool and connective communication purposes, but not a lot that you can incentivize people to buy into.
Oh, totally. And it's such an interesting platform, but the platform itself just doesn't do what would make VR really great, which is it's not easy to just hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Which is in theory, that's a big push. Is you're able to go and be places that you can't, particularly with people you like.
It's back over this way.
Oh, is it? Oh, I found it. I was gonna go.
Yeah, I think about our friend whose dad just started talking with people from Africa and literally became a less racist boomer about it. It's that's such a. I want to universalize that kind of experience.
Right? How can we shoot that into more boomers? Yeah, it was absolutely fascinating. It's there is really cool use for it, but it definitely is hindered by the fact that Meta is trying to just own the whole thing.
I think the cost of hardware is a super big ask in these trying times for people as well. That's a big underlying reason for the decline in a lot of these industries, in all honesty, is there's not enough consumers with expendable income to really be wasting the cash in this the way they could decades ago.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same thing with travel, where it's I really do wish people could travel more, and it's really a matter of just, hey, people should be paid better than what they're currently paid.
No, we can't do that. It's eventually just all rich people just have all the money, and then it's what do you do then? No one's going to buy anything because they can't.
And the money's worth.
Is it just everyone is? It's just going to become so we're just going to keep taking credit out? Is that the whole thing? Is just just more and more? That's the game.
That's, I think, something people need to understand about America's economy runs on just loans, just bad loans, just payday loans, auto loans.
Yep.
Credit card debt, if people were actually far more literally armed to combat a lot of the predatory practices that generate profit through just interest rates. So we gave them money, and they're gonna give us 30% more in the future. We don't have it now, but trust us, we're gonna be 30% richer in the future. That just weird faith of the economy is, I don't know, it's such a hollow crutch of
Right?
everything.
It's more just like we're hoping that more people are going to be alive forever. That's it. It's the whole thing. Okay, there we go.
Elman says, I'm interested in practical uses for AR, like give me a structural overlay of my house, that would be cool. Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Totally.
That is a very cool use. I think it could be revolutionary for music education, especially with like the very haptic hand tracking. Like, imagine learning piano or guitar through a VR like follow along Guitar Hero, esque interface. Except it's so that it gets you into actually understanding mimicking the movements on the instrument.
Oh, totally.
I think for that kind of educational stuff. Or even like application in architecture and construction, even like in enforcing the standards and regulations and stuff in construction. Like you can use it to like scan over a site, double check that everything's in the right increments, measurements, etc.
Yeah. It's just there's a lot of cool things that you could potentially do, and I hope that more things will go that way. I really like it for what is it? Like Defunct Land. We'll take like old Disney rides that are completely gone and recreate them in like a virtual reality.
Interesting.
So it has this kind of second life afterwards. Like a big project was for the Back to the Future ride from Universal. Like you can watch it in VR. If you have like a motion control rigged chair for $1,000, you can like experience it pretty similar to how people experienced it back, 30 years ago. And I think that's where, like, for me, it's a really fascinating world as far as that goes, and bringing things that used to be around that are no more.
I went into the red room.
Where's this red room?
It's like a century door. It kind of like the door locked behind me. I think I might have to just bear it. Oh, there's a lot of dudes here. I'm gonna let them kill each other.
Have you made it to the boat yet?
That does not ring a bell at all. No, I have not.
Oh, there's like a boat at sea, and I can see that there's like a way to travel to it, but I can't find... Oh wait, maybe that's what I did. Maybe I did go to the boat. I just didn't realize. There's like... I guess it's a secret area?
There's a lot of dudes. So I'm like running in circles to manage this crowd.
Oh no, you're okay. Okay, so it did. So then... Wait, where did that one bring me? Someone just brings you back there. Okay, well...
Oh yeah,
there's a boat back over there you can get to.
I see the center of the room. It is the exit pillar. I just have to outlast this mob.
Gotcha. Yeah. And actually, one thing I thought would be really
Josh?
fun.
Josh, I didn't say much on it on the Discord, but I liked what you were saying about the Brutalist. I still haven't seen the movie, but I got a kind of full spoilers take on it because we did an episode of Show Me the Meaning, so we were letting not Austin. It was that episode was a Burns and Austin one. We had Raymond's opinion on it at the end, but in the process of like listening to that and also just reading through stuff, the Brutalist was one too where I was like, maybe spoilers would get me more interested in it than I am, because I wasn't too interested in it beyond hearing the like film. Like it seemed like a pre-engineered for film bros technical movie thing. And then the spoilers, I was like, okay, I understand it's got maybe more of a point, but it still doesn't seem very compelling to me. But what you said kind of synthesized other conflicting opinions on it I've heard, and I think you were tapping into something with it being a weird volley of the realist versus thematic stuff, as far as like trying to be real versus trying to be like emotional or allegorical or more symbolic. It very much sounds like, just from everything I've heard, and a movie caught between meanings. Yeah, up there, that's the red building. If you go around, there's like a stairway to the red door.
How did I get past those little?
Yeah,
pillars?
we're like in a party Cyberpunk Miami right now. This is Auger Zenith. If you haven't seen any of the prior sessions, it's a Doom 2. This is Doom 2 in 2021. This won a Caco Award. It's like a 22 map campaign. Furthest away from hell you can get, or maybe not. We'll be playing some more total conversions that might go even further away.
Man, where's the red key at?
We have the red key.
We do? How do we get past these little bars? Am I think
that maybe just we'll see if they go up after everyone dies. Because I went in there originally and they went up behind me and then all those despawned. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe once the trap is clear. You know what? Jacob was actually saying that earlier. The very similar Umarangi generation vibe.
Yeah, especially every time we get to an exit. Like, that song in particular sounds exactly like it's from Umarangi.
What a perfect bridge between Jet Set Radio Future and Doom. I'm glad I took a gamble on that.
Yeah. How did you originally hear about that one?
Honestly, I think in Sophie from Mars essay came out a few years back when Cyberpunk 2077 dropped. And it was an essay about Cyberpunk games that were not Cyberpunk 2077 that you can check out, like other stuff in the genre. And I remember Umarangi Generation and I think the game Cloudpunk I picked up on that essay suggestion. Umarangi also always interested me because it seemed to, the photography aspect seemed cool, and it kind of seemed to blend well with JSRF's thematics, which it did.
Yeah. Agree.
There we go. And
all
then,
right.
Yeah, that's the exit switch. There's some ammo and health on the sides here.
Woo.
Josh, also a few episodes back, our friend Serge showed us Doom Builder, which is a free piece of software you can use to. This is a Duke Nukem exit. This is great. It's a free piece. It's software you can use to build Doom maps, and he kind of ran us through the process and taught us the metaphysics of the Doom world.
Yeah, and this song.
Yeah, this is definitely reminds me of like chilling in the rain.
Right.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there will be a VOD. The YouTube channel's a little slower on the VODs, but I think, especially with the Doom stuff, I might have enough to kind of supercharge the summer. The flow of time is convoluted, so the YouTube channel will be getting the quote-unquote summer videos in August, September, probably, at the rate I'm getting through these things.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really excited to go back and watch the video with Surge to build a map, because I'm like looking at it, like just how easy it was to build different shapes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, actually, Josh, sorry, I was thinking of the broader run in general, but I did clip the Surge lesson in particular, and it is up on the YouTube now. It's just called Techno Poverty Talks, How to Build a Doom Level. In the description of that video, you can find links to Doom Builder as well if you want to play around with building your own stuff in Doom. Honestly, I'm thinking of Machinima, Jacob, as far as like just...
Completely agree. Like, finding, because there's so many cool people to build maps. There's so many different pieces of art that you can use and do. Like,
and like, there's two of us in the map right now. If we just got a third computer on our little local area network and just floated around in spectator mode, you can get camera angles.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be so cool.
I need to look more into, I think there's been straight up like turn-based and more heavily text-based RPG style things done in Doom. I'd be curious to see how that could be used in a machinima mode to maybe show like text bubbles, or I mean, you could just have voice acting.
For sure. I think the only thing I'd be curious about with it is like you always have the same gun for your character, but it's very red versus blue, which, you know, if there's never any issue, you work around it.
See, that's the thing. You can just like get custom sprites that don't look anything like whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a preset thing like Halo where everything still looks like Master Chief at the end of the day. This is a mall, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool mall.
This is reminding me of Cruelty Squad, a very bizarre game I'm not sure I understood the point of, but had fun with. I think it came out 2-3 years ago. Cruelty Squad, you're an assassin, like a first-person assassin. You're an assassin. It's a first-person game where you're dropped into an open-ish world map. And there's a variety of ways you can approach killing your target. It's kind of like a Hitman game. Except Cruelty Squad looks like crap, intentionally. It looks like a garbage future. I think that's part of the point. It's like a hyper-cynical capitalist society where you don't even have to hide that you're like a gun-for-hire murdering people for petty amounts of money. It looks like a very shitty PlayStation 1 game.
Lovingly so.
A level editor for a game you were working on, what was it? Was it like a level editor for a console game? Because back in the day, the only one I really remember and I really got into was the Time Splitters one. I made like a custom campaign in the Time Splitters 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, engine. Blanco's Block Party. Interesting. Jacob, you got the red key, it seems.
Oh god.
What is this? Okay. There's like a tricolored door at the heart of the mall. Oh, Josh, something interesting Surge gave us a heads up on is Doom is actually a 2D game. This whole faux first person mode is an illusion. It is
so wild.
It is
the red key card.
Doing math in a way that feels three-dimensional to us, but is actually two-dimensional. That's also why there's no true level over level. As we've been uttering from, I think, the first instance of playing Doom, you don't have true, like, two-story structures where you can walk over a room you were just inside.
Yeah.
Because everything's actually a 2D map with varying
how the game logic.
Height. Yeah. Which is what separates, I guess, the Quake engine from the Doom engine. Is I think the Quake engine is like actually 3D.
Yeah.
Quake engine would go on to, I think, also be what runs Half-Life.
Yeah, I think it's wild how much you can do with that thing.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man. With terrain editors, yeah, it seems kind of tricky as far as like setting position. I do think I have a short story in mind to read in full before we get to Paradise Lost. But we will get to Paradise Lost factory.
It'll happen,
I
folks.
think we're going to be revisiting our old friend Ursula K. LeGuin to get to the child exploitation of it all. That'll probably be Monday's reading.
Oh man, it's almost Friday, people. Hopefully everyone's gonna have a fun weekend. Or at least relaxing.
I hope everyone gets the time off and the rest they need, because that shit's important.
Yeah, dude, burnout sucks.
Speaking
I
of
got-
burnout, I see you got a blue key. Jacob, you're finding all
Yeah.
the keys here. Speaking of
We got
burnout,
yeah.
oh, sorry, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say the red one is over in the far fountain. Which one? I think I just found the red one over here somewhere.
The far fountain. Oh,
Right?
yeah, I
Somewhere?
see the red one.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
also see it.
Can I open this?
We need the yellow key still. There's like I have the only key door I found is asking for all three, so.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, and also the key is up. Blue key is up over here. Whoa.
I'm noting how, like, the first floor of the mall, I'm on the lowest floor, it really does feel like a sunken in box canyon. Like, it is one of the times you can feel the floor over floor stuff limiting things.
Yeah. But I do kind of like its design, like how
Yeah.
it kind of fans out. Kind of just wish there were more shops, because that's the only thing. There's just like no shops here. It's just a giant open room.
That's why it took me to be like, oh, this is a mall.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I stumbled on something that spawned some monsters. Josh, same. I have an Earthsea omnibus I need to crack at. Yeah, I found the yellow key. We got everything.
Earthsea, what's that, like Dinotopia? What's going on with that?
It's a series of fantasy books Ursula K. Le Guin wrote in over quite a period of time. It's like a saga, but it's not like Lord of the Rings or like a Song of Ice and Fire where it's like a serial, immediate back-to-back-to-back thing. I think it's kind of like there's one story and then another story happens decades later in the same world, and it's kind of revisiting questions in the original story.
Yeah.
Topic idea: in-game economies that are not reproducing capitalism. Okay, so it does eventually become capitalism, but by becoming capitalism, it shows you how impoverished capitalism is by comparison. Mother 3 for the Game Boy Advance is one of the best video games of all time, and I don't think it's ever going to get an American release. But definitely seek out a means of playing it. Yeah, that is a deep cut, but like, I mean, I suspect this is part of why it's never going to come to America. You start, most of the game takes place on a small island community that you're a young boy and participating in, and it's very communistic. I feel like I've said communist a lot tonight, and people are going to think I'm a tanky or something. But it's a sharing economy. It's not based on currency. You kind of free trade with people. But then, as the villains assert themselves in the plot and take over your small little town, they assert their own economic system on you, and it accounts for the game's difficulty rising throughout in a way that's very ludo-narratively justified and very satisfying as far as like storytelling and gaming goes. It feels great, and it's a proper use of like a mechanical system in the game to get across a stronger thematic point. Yeah, Mother 3 is just excellent for that. Sorry, that magpie kind of arrested my attention there at the end. I think we're good to exit this level. Let's see.
There are still 177 enemies left in here.
Really? Because, like, I found I see an exit sign, although I don't see, like, a clear exit portal. Maybe it's this elevator? Should I fucks with it?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
But yeah, Mother 3, excellent RPG. Seek it out. So I just went down an elevator. Okay, never mind. You might want to get over here.
Hold up. Oh, wait.
Yeah, right
There's
through
this
there.
whole other... I didn't even fucking...
Like, go...
Oh, down over here.
Yeah, go through those doors. Go that way. Yeah, I'm down that way.
Oh, damn. There's another false exit?
It's like it's an exit to the mall, I think. So yeah, I think we got played with. They took us for fools.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think we
Oh,
exited the
damn.
mall, and now there's like this street area.
Oh, the parking garage of the mall.
But Josh, to just bring up the LeGuin real quick, because it's a super short story. You can find a lot of copies of it everywhere online. It's not going to take too long for us to get through this. Yeah, we got played. Is the ones who walk away from Omelas.
Oh, no.
Whoa. Okay. Do you have a rocket
Yeah,
launcher?
it's just a wall. I think I used them. Oh, no, I didn't. We're good.
I'm pretty rocketed up.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we're gonna read it and just talk a bit about choice and conditioned states. Sorry, the mob was taking me away from it, but
Yeah. Soul sphere. Shall we keep going this way too for a second?
some of what we've been talking about with Palmer Eldritch and suffering and hell, we can also see in the scenario presented by Omelas. It also ties back into when we were talking about subsistent and absistent and existent objects. We talked a bit about the trolley problem as a hypothetical meant to challenge more the individual choice in that scenario than, like, say, anything realistic or prescriptive about the nature of the world. You know, the point isn't to say life is a trolley problem, deal with it. The point is to say, in the trolley problem, how would you act?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a lot of discourse around Omelas as far as, like, is it a story where you're supposed to read it and act, or read it and sit with it? I do fall into the camp of, I think a lot of people who try to refute Omelas are missing the point. Or, like, trying to write a happy ending, or, like, fan fictionize. I don't think anyone should be trying to write a sequel to the thing, is what I'm saying. And there's a lot of genre fiction writers that try to riff on it in ways that I think are kind of passé by this point. It's turning the work into a video game instead of, like, ruminating on it as a piece of art. It's trying to be all like, look, Ursula, I added a custom skin to your game, and I think it fixes the ethical quandaries I've projected on you.
Yes.
It's like, no, the point is, it gets you to project or interrogate or become aware of those ethical quandaries within yourself. Cool, I think we're set to exit. Yeah, I beat the philosophy problem. What is Singer's shallow pond problem? Or honestly, we might want to pocket that thought because we are at the end of this level. And it is 10:18, so I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there for tonight. We'll leave the last of this WAD for Monday. We'll also at that time go through LeGuin's The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. We're gonna talk about that, and then we'll transition into Paradise Lost from there. But this has been Techno Poverty. I'm Henry.
And I'm Jacob.
And just a reminder, we are watching Alphaville on Sunday, 7 p.m. CST, French sci-fi. Pretty groundbreaking and inspirational to... if you watch this movie and you haven't seen it, you're going to see the DNA of a lot of stuff you do like in it. And this was all the way in the 60s. It's a black and white sci-fi. Very, very interesting piece of philosophical genre movie making. But until then, we'll see y'all around. Y'all take care.
Have a good one, y'all.